Okay, I think we're live. Awesome. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Tuesday live stream. Now, I just had to do this in honor of October and Halloween. I have a hat, and this is my little assistant here who's here to help. Although, if I'm being honest, she's probably just going to go take a nap on the bed. But I just want to give a little shout out. Yes, you can go, Nala. Okay, so I'm going to kick off with an announcement. This is actually our last weekly live stream. Now, don't worry, I'm not going away anywhere. We're just going to be changing up how we do things. So the plan is, rather than having like a weekly live stream of development, instead we're still going to do development videos because I think they're useful, but those are just going to be released periodically as like little short clips. Now, we are still going to have the live stream, so if you guys have questions, definitely please still put them in the Google form or DM me directly, whatever you want. I'll do my best to answer them. But when we do have the live stream, it's going to be more of like a high-level Englishly version of everything that we learned and covered in the development clips. So my hope is that if people watch the live stream, they kind of get the gist, maybe it's a little more entertaining, and then if they're like, hey, I want to know how that actually worked, they can then go find the clip that corresponds to whatever they are interested in. So I'm super stoked for that. That is going to kick off next week. And the topic of next week's live stream is going to be HiByte version 4. So I hope you guys tune in for that. Now, unfortunately for you, this week is still going to be just the classic live development. So that is what we are going to be doing tonight. So let me go to my sources, get my screen share. It's really cool, guys. I'm like learning a little bit about how to do tools, I think. So I'm gonna shrink myself now. Oh. Go in the corner and be small. Hide these things, you don't need to see them. Amazing. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna drag that over to here. Awesome. Cool. All right, so what we're gonna be doing for development tonight is looking into that Ignition version 4 feature, which is, the HiByte version 4 feature, which is that new Ignition module. Now I figured if I'm going to be using Ignition and HiByte, I should probably have some kind of data in Ignition first to then see what can I do with it in HiByte. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So I was trying to think, okay, what kind of UDT do I want to use for this little example? And I figured Rockwell PLCs, those are pretty common. That will be a good use case. So one thing that I absolutely love about Ignition is, of course, the community and most importantly, the Ignition Exchange. I love the resources here. Thank you everybody who contributes to this page. I can't tell you how many times I've come to this, have been able to download a project and then just like get going and build off it. It's amazing. So, don't run away. Okay, great. So, what I've done is I clicked download. That got me a zip file. And then all I did was I imported that into a new Ignition Designer where we now have this Rockwell project. So what's really nice is, again, this is a free resource. That's my kind of price. We already have like little perspective pop-ups and stuff. And most importantly, it came with some UDTs. So what I like about this is if I expand these out, I can clip, we see stuff that's like very traditional to PLC programming, where you have like B command, which makes me think, okay, maybe that's a Boolean type. And then we also have stuff here that I honestly don't even know because I'm not a big Rockwell person, which is like BPEN off, BPEN, I mode, which is honestly perfect because this is a thing that I think a lot of people in life sciences are probably facing. I love Ignition, I think it's amazing, but I also really like the unified namespace concept. And those two things are not necessarily synonymous. They can be, but they don't have to be. So I bet you that there are sites out there who approach an ignition project kind of like a 3.0 project, where they said, okay, hey, you contractor A, B, C, D, you're all going to do an ignition part for your respective area, but they didn't have the mindset to have proper data governance, and so you ended up with probably a lot of different ignition UDTs that don't really look the same, kind of recreating some of the problems from our like 3.0 systems, but with ignition. So I'm excited about that, because what I'm going to do now is try to create another bioreactor UDT instance with these UDT tags, and as you guys will see in the clips, I already have some other OPC simulators running for bioreactors that are also going to look different. And what we're going to do is, just for fun, we're going to use HiByte to kind of like unify all those different structures into our like master data model, or master semantic hierarchy, the master UMS, so to speak. Okay, so with that said, we're going to start by trying to build really quickly a bioreactor UDT. Now, per usual, I'm going to do that with the help of GPTs. So let's grab that. And I think I can make this split screen. Gosh, another one of my favorite things about Ignition is it is all pretty much JSON based, which is just super powerful. If you understand how JSON structures work, you can kind of automate a lot of tasks, and you don't have to do things like manually by clicking. And just for fun, we're going to see if the GPT can figure it out. So what I'm going to do is grab this entire folder that we just downloaded off Exchange, copy JSON. All right, hello. And now we're going to tell it, I need your help. You need to build a bioreactor UDT instance, which is made of these UDT definitions. How long is that message? I'm not sure. Let's see. I kind of want to give it an example of what an instance looks like, because I don't know if it's going to natively pick up the syntax. Usually it does good if you can give it like an example, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh no. Disaster. It's giving, no. It's giving me instructions as if I'm going to do it. Thanks. I want you to produce the JSON output that I can import. You have to be literal with this thing. Okay. Oh, that was a cat. All right, this is better. But I'm going to say that I want my bioreactor to have a digital output for pH, temp, DO, agitator, yeah, weight. While that's going. Oh, look, Kristen's here. Hello, Kristen. Cool. Minimize that. All right. So, let's see if this actually got the syntax right. All right, so we're going to copy this. Going to jump over to our tags. Now we're going to make a little folder. One sec. So all I'm going to do now is take the output, my JSON, put it into a little folder, and import it. Now, could I have just literally clicked and done this faster? Probably. But what I'm trying to show here is that if you can understand how the JSON structure works, you can kind of automate doing a lot of things, which is pretty cool. Not necessarily even with a ChatGPT. You can just do it with like Python if you really know, if you have like a set like group of parameters you want to import, but anyway. Okay, so let me go to my Livestream folder really quick. Livestream. All right, so I'm going to make a new text document. We're going to call this Rockwell Bio Import. We'll bring this over to the screen so you guys can see. Oh gosh, I have so many open. Close all the other tabs. Ew. Cool. All right, paste that in. File, save. And let's see how it does on our import. Direct. Yep. Okay. I should have saved this as like a JSON file. That's okay. I wonder if I can. Nope. I guess we'll just put it in our downloads. All right, 1 HIJK HI. Gotta love doing things live. This is why we're gonna turn this into a clip so we can cut out the awkward 30 seconds of me trying to find my folder. Let's see. Ah, okay, I did it. Here we go. Good. Okay. Okay, there's my folder. We're gonna save this in that folder. So file, save as, grab our folder path, put it here. It put it in the wrong spot before. Okay, there we go. Save. Okay, okay, good. Take 2. Let's see. I'll just start over. Import tags. All tag types. There it is. Open. Let's see. Select UDTs to import. That one. How'd it do? Ooh, it looks like it might have worked. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, wait. There we go. Where did I put it? Oh, no. Not that one. Rockwell, exchange tags. We're going to try that one more time. We're going to do direct. Yes. Unless it just went under this folder, it might have. All files, Rockwell, import, open. Okay, I must have just refresh. Oh, if my trial expired, that might explain why things are acting weird. Let's check that really quick. Localhost. Nope. Interesting. That's super interesting. We'll put it, oh no, it put it over here. It made a UDT file, not a UDT instance. Interesting. Well, you know what? That's actually okay. That's fine, because we all bioreactors probably have this. Honestly, that's probably better. So, props to you, GPT. That was a good move. So we'll just instantiate the UDT that it made us, see if it works. New data type instance, and we're gonna call this guy bio 100. Apply. Okay. Cool. All right. Look at that. And these are it worked. Okay, nice. So these are all made off of the UDTs from that Rockwell Exchange, and so we have an instance. Amazing. Okay. So what I want to do now is see what does this look like when we connect it into HiByte. And I think what would be really fun is to see how the 3 different ways we could get ignition data to HiByte. Because I think we could do it over Sparkplug. We could probably do it over the OPC server within Ignition, maybe? And I definitely want to first try it with the new Ignition module. So let's start with that. So to start with that, of course, the first step is we got to get HiByte running. Now, I already installed HiByte. That'll be in one of the clips. So for now, all I have to do is start it. I think I installed it in this folder, actually. Let's see. Where did I put you? So to run HiByte, you just have to go to your command prompt, get a new command prompt, drag this on over, and then we got to go to the runtime directory of HiByte. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Where did you go? Is it here? Runtime. Nope. Go back. Oh gosh. Windows. Okay, we're gonna try that one more time. Let me get my Lifestream folder again. I have too many folders on this computer. That's what I've learned today. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Found it. Okay, great. Now, where is HiByte? It's gonna be in projects. No. Let's see if GPT remembers. Possibly. I wonder if it has memory across. That's creepy, but convenient. Okay, cool. Oh wait, no, that was when I installed the Docker version. Not the Docker version, the laptop version. If I forgot, can you remind me how to look it up? Yeah, it should be in C program files, shouldn't it? Okay, let's check that out. Windows C, program files, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Gotta love doing things live, which I don't. That's okay. Alright, I guess we could just reinstall it if I totally lost it. Luckily, it is that easy to install. So I'll give it one more minute and then that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, because I have the Docker there. That is the downside of having, like, trying to, anyway. Okay, we'll just reinstall it then. It's super easy. Can't believe I lost it though. That's crazy. That's okay. It is actually a really quick download, so we shall do that. All right, install HiByte. So to install HiByte, I think the first thing you do is you log into the account portal, and then you go to the downloads. Let's see, account portal. There we go. Give it a minute. Okay, download product. And it's right there. Super simple. Actually, I bet you it's still in my downloads. That's okay. Agree and download. I totally have this in my downloads. Hold on. I do. It's right here. Okay, great. So we're going to extract all of this into our C program files. So we'll do a normal install this time. Right click, extract all, browse. We will go to this PC, Windows C. We shall go to program files. Let's put it in there. Yeah, go. That's okay. All right, this might take a minute. That's fine. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to find it. I cannot believe I lost it. Oh look! Other people are here. Hello Julia! Hello Jordan! Ah, thanks! Yeah, there was like 5 seconds where Nala was here and she was all dressed up too. Kiara also has a Halloween costume, but I lost her. She has little bat wings. It's fun. All right. Good, good. Glad this is 3%. Let's see. I wonder if I have like... So the thing that's confusing about Windows is all of your documents get synced into the cloud. So I'm wondering if my folder lost it. Like it didn't sync maybe? Well, we shall see. Click. Highlight. Yeah, it's not there. Weird. I'm gonna go to Documents maybe? Highlight. Enter. Oh, did I find it? I might have just found it. Let's see. Okay, I think I found it. Good. That was interesting. Alright, we're gonna try this. We're gonna pause this, see really quick if I did find it. Can't believe it ran away from me. Alright, Windows, start Windows. Start Windows.bat. Maybe. Yay! Okay. Good. Glad I found it. Okay, so it just says the license file wasn't fine. That's okay, because HiByte has a 2-hour time trial, which is amazing, so that's all right. And I don't think I see any other errors, so I'm thinking that it is working. Amazing. Okay. That awkwardness is over. Thank goodness. All right, let's see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Was that the wrong one? Let's see. So when it runs, it should say it started on 45245. Maybe I clicked it. Maybe I was too fast. Let's see. Let's try in Chrome really quick. Localhost. Or, yeah. Let's try that. Nope. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. It says it's starting, says it's running. I don't think I see any other errors either, so let's see. Do you know the link to open HiByte? Let's just try this one more time. Because I have had that problem before where I... Okay, great. I think you have to include HTTP or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, crisis averted. Okay, so we are logged in. That's good. Okay, so what we're trying to do right now, just as a reminder, you guys didn't see this. So to install, we can make a new connection. It's super easy. If you want to install the ignition module, all you have to do is, we'll call this new ignition module, is you first have to go into actually your ignition gateway and install it there. So what's great is if you go to HiByte into the downloads, it's right here. It's this ignition module right there. So download that. Then you go into your gateway, go to config, go to modules. Gotta log in. All right. Then you go to your modules. And then you just click install module, upload that file you just downloaded from the user guide. And then let's go to... And then I think that was it. Yes, in terms of installing, that's it. But then there's one other step that you have to do. You have to then go to this little HiByte Intelligence Hub will show up on the bottom left. You have to click on that. You have to come in here and you have to set a password. If you don't, at least for me, I got errors. So don't skip that step. So set the password, and then when you're in HiByte, you just make a new connection. You say, okay, ignition module. You click that. Host is probably localhost. That's fine. Create. And then we'll see if it does it with people watching. But because I did not set that... Actually, it's probably going to be mad that I just did two well, okay. So because I didn't have that password, I get this error here. This was just like a thing that happened to me. That might happen to you. So instead what you do is you come down to your token, you click the key, and then if you don't have one, you go to manage secrets, and then over here, you just add a new one. And for me, it was just like admin password because this is all local on my computer. So that's that. We can delete this because I already have it connected. Delete. Yes. Okay, great. So, ignition module. So this one should be connected. I think if I go to my inputs and if I click browse, hopefully I see some stuff. And I do. That's amazing. So what's great is we see the tag provider called Rockwell Exchange that I made for that project. So we'll just click the little plus, import selected. All right, good. Awesome. And then hopefully if I click on this and we click test input, I love this so much. It's so easy. You can just, this little test input button is just very convenient. I love that they do that. We can see now, okay, with our ignition module, it looks like I have a nice JSON. It looks like I'm getting my UDT structure brought in. So that's very convenient. All right, so that's kind of cool. So I think what would be fun is to see what would that look like if we didn't use the ignition module. So let's try and connect a different way. So something that ignition does, let's see if it's running if I didn't break it, is it can be an OPC client. So it's faulted though. I remember I did, why did I fault that yesterday? Let's see if we, yeah. So I wonder if let me just do edit really quick. It is enabled. Okay. Show advanced properties. Okay, I don't want to do this one right now. Let's do Sparkplug B instead. So I think on this one I do have MQTT transmitters, so we're going to add a new transmitter. And what's nice, another fun fact about HiByte, is it has this nifty little thing here called a UNS client, which is basically like a little MQTT broker within the platform. Now, this, in my opinion, is not an enterprise MQTT broker. Like, if I need to use MQTT, I'm probably going to be using like HiveMQ if it's a big enterprise application. However, if I'm trying to do some like local design and testing, this is extremely convenient and I love it as a feature. So one thing you have to do though is I think you have to go into the settings first and enable it. So right down here, by default, it's not enabled, so I'm going to turn it on. It's using port 1885. We'll see if that works. I think I might have used that port myself, so, but we'll see. Let's just connect maybe. Let's see, which MQTT or Sparkplug connection to use. So we need to make a connection, I think. So I'll make a new connection. We'll call this HiByte MQTT broker. Next. I don't think I have to do this, but we'll try it. Localhost. Create. Save inputs. UNS client. Okay, connect. All right, nice. So let's see if we can write to this really quick. I'm going to grab MQTT Explorer to do a quick test. We're going to connect to localhost 1885. Save, connect. All right, the classic hello world. Let's see if it works. Hey, it's working. Okay, great. So this is working. That's awesome. So what we're going to do now is go into Ignition and see what does it look like when we transmit out of Ignition over Sparkplug into HiByte. So we're going to go to our servers, We're going to create a new one. We're going to call this the HiByte server. URL, still localhost. All right, and then, but instead of 188, okay, back there. Server set. We need to make a new server set actually to transmit our. There's no password. No. Okay. Save. Create. Must be in the right form. Okay. We're gonna do TCP ://localhost. Okay. Password 1 and 2 must be. Okay. That's good. Fine. You know what? We'll give it a password if it wants to be like that. Actually, no, I don't want it to be. I want it to be anonymous. All right. Don't autofill. Don't do it. Good. Okay. So we need to also make a new server set because I don't want to transmit everything. I'm trying to transmit just that one specific tag provider. So let's go over to sets. We're going to create a new set. We're going to call this guy Rockwell because that's what it is. Okay. Great. Now we're going to go over to the transmitter. Well, actually, hold on. We're going to edit this now. Instead of using default, we're going to use Rockwell. Good. Save. Okay. Now we're going to go over to our transmitter, and here we're going to say this is going to be our publish Rockwell, and the tag provider is going to be that Rockwell tag provider. So what do we have? If we come down here, it was called Rockwell Exchange. Okay. Can't remember if you need to have brackets or not. I'm thinking not. I don't think they, yeah, okay. And we're going to do the whole thing. And what should our group ID be? So we'll call this group Cell Culture for fun. Great. Oh yeah. And then we'll call this bioreactors. Pretty sure the device ID is optional. Yeah. Those are both optional. Okay. Alright, so let's look back. Are these things going? I'm going to edit this one. I'm going to disable this one really quick. Just keep it simple. Alright, localhost 1885, Rockwell. Is it connected? No, it is not. I wonder if that's... Let me disconnect over here. I wonder if that created a problem that I had UDT Explorer open as well. Edit. Oh, that seems fine. Well, when in doubt, we're going to go back to the one that was working and see if it can just transmit. We're going to Oh, I wonder if I clicked enable. That should be a column. If it's enabled or not, that'd be helpful. Oh, it is enabled. Okay. Well, let's go back to this one. We'll re-enable this, and we'll just change our transmitter just to see if it works locally. So, oh, there's my problem. Okay. So my issue was my publish Rockwell, I did not update the set to be the new server set. So, where is that? Set. Ah, yes, Rockwell. Okay. That was it, hopefully. Save changes. Okay, that should be publishing that. Alright. Is this good? Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we got that now in a HiByte. Aha! We did! Hooray! Okay, great. Amazing. Now, let's see if this is something very nice that HiByte does out of the box, which MQTT Explorer does not. So let me actually get MQTT Explorer back. I regret that I closed it. Localhost 1885, connect. Let me, I guess, what's the fastest way to we'll just disable, re-enable. because I want to see those messages come through. Oh, it does say connected in a column. Good. Okay. Save. All right. So with your run-of-the-mill MQTT Explorer, this is a bunch of jargon because of protobufs, and that is, in my opinion, exceptionally annoying. However, HiByte being amazing, right out of the box, you don't have to do anything. It seems to be able to tell with the little UNS client, hey, this is Sparkplug. Hey, I know how to decode Google protobufs. And so that's super convenient. Right out of the bat, I can open this up and I can see, oh, okay, this was that birth message from my bioreactor, and this is the D data, and we can actually see what is Ignition publishing. And the way Ignition publishes all this is we do get to see, like, okay, this is our D001. Down here we should see that bioreactor tag somewhere. Let's see. Yep, so we have, oh gosh, there's so many. Yeah, it's actually really big. So that is like something to keep in mind with the transmitter. It kind of, what's happening is it's sending the entire tag browser just as one giant big payload. So there's pros and cons to that. Obviously a con to that is because I set it up this way, if any of those tags changes, eventually, actually we can do that right now. Let's change one of these. All these values are, I think, probably bad because they're OPC, so we'll make one string, or a memory tag, I mean. Nope. Good. I really love it. Alright, I wonder if you guys can still hear me. You might just have to go without the video, or I can probably get a... Not sure. Oh boy. Add... Let's do... I think... New camera. Integrated camera. Okay, we'll do that. Integrated camera. Okay. I'm probably giant now. Oh, there I am. Okay, great. We'll get rid of the old one. Good. Okay, so I'm getting better at technology, but I'm still clearly not great at it. I should not be in charge of technical logistics. That's what I've learned today. Oh, goodness. You know what? It's Halloween. It wasn't me. It was a ghost, guys. That's what happened. Okay, well, I think we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. I have no idea when that cut out, so I will just repeat whatever I was just saying. So, as I was saying, something that I just love about HiByte is on this UNS client, right out of the box, it's able to figure out, hey, this is Sparkplug. look at that. You can click on it and you can like see the whole message. That's wonderful. And we're doing report by exception. So hopefully you guys saw initially it published everything because it was for the first time. But now we're only getting what changed. So that's amazing. Gotta love Ignition. Meanwhile, with a regular MQTT Explorer client, you're stuck dealing with protobufs and rectangles, and that's annoying. Okay. All right. So that's great. So what we see right here is we do have our Ignition data coming as a Sparkplug message. And so what you do see is, unfortunately, only things at the moment that are going on report by exception. Now, you probably could say, I want to set retain flags and things, but there is a downside to this, because if something changed like it just did, do I necessarily have the whole sense of the picture? No, not really. Do I love that I sent all of my tags as like one giant big payload? No, not really. So I mean, there are pros and cons to Sparkplug, but when I'm thinking about from like a UNS perspective, if I just want to view everything, I feel like it's not the most human friendly. You know, I personally would much rather have this information shown to me as like maybe like flat MQTT or some other way. Okay, so one thing that would be interesting that I haven't done yet is to see what does our Ignition module look like if I stream it to an MQTT broker. So something fun about HiByte is you can configure connections. Yeah, we're gonna leave. But the other thing that you can do is you can configure, I think in this version they got rid of flows. I think it's just called pipelines now. Pipelines, yeah, they're over here. So you can configure a pipeline where basically you say, okay, I'm gonna take data from one connection and send it somewhere else. So I wanna create a pipeline right now for my Ignition module to that MQTT broker just to see, I wanna be able to compare and contrast the two. So I'm just gonna keep this simple. We're gonna call this Ignition module MQTT. And we're gonna keep it simple. It's just gonna be an empty pipeline for now. Oh. Has no input stage defined. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to stages. I think, oh, this looks a little different. How fun. Okay, common, let's see. State, test, okay. This is a little different, that's fun. So I'm used to the old pipelines where it was kind of like a box and then you just connected it to your source. This is actually different, so that's kind of fun. Oh my gosh, it looks like Node-RED in a way. That's great. Okay, well, we're good. Like I said, I haven't looked at version 4 before, so we're gonna figure this out live. Let's go to the user guide, see how good their documentation is. So we're gonna go pipelines. Let's read about them. All right. Pipelines, they move data between sources and targets, and you can apply logic and transform the data. Very fancy. So for example, a pipeline can do an OPC UA tag and watch for it to change, and on change it can read an instance composed of data from the OPAU server and publish to MQTT. That is like such a common use case. I feel like that's probably what most of us are using, honestly, Ignition and HiByte for. All right, so a trigger generates an event that starts the pipeline. Triggers can be based on a timer event or a poll-driven data source. When data enters a pipeline, the data is called an event. All events enter the pipeline at the pipeline start stage. Okay, well, let's try to do it. So to create a pipeline, that looks familiar. You click pipeline in the configurations main menu, click new pipeline. Okay, we did that, and that was great. All right, then this is the screen that is new, so I'm excited about this. So we enter a name, yep, and then you choose to create an empty pipeline or choose build flow. Empty pipeline creates a pipeline with no triggers or stages that must be manually configured. Build flow continues the wizard and displays flow trigger settings to create a simple pipeline that reads and writes. Maybe we wanted to do a build flow, I'm not sure. All right, once the pipeline is created, navigate to stages in the top left to view and drag and drop trigger or other stages onto the pipeline. So that probably should have been in the first step. So we got to find triggers. So we're gonna click stages, Trigger. All right. Let's do, okay. So I'm not sure what flow was, but event and pulled. Let's do pulled just to keep it simple. This does kind of remind me of like a Node-RED UI. That's kind of fun. I wonder if yeah, okay. All right, so we did that. Next, it looks like after you go to that box, maybe we can put in our inputs. Let's see. Oh, they did not tell us how to add the inputs. All right, maybe I read it wrong. Once the pipeline is created, navigate to stages in the top left to drag and drop trigger or other stages onto the pipeline. So let's try stages. Who knows? Common? Now I don't want to, so these things are cool. These kind of remind me of the earlier version. You can kind of something HiByte does that's really nice is it lets you manipulate, especially if you're doing like a JSON structure, or if you want to go from flat MQT to Sparkplug, you can definitely do that in a HiByte pipeline. But all I'm trying to do is keep it real simple and just get my data from one place to the other. So let's see. Control, I feel like it'd be IO. Well, let's try read. Source reference isn't that. Oh, here we go. I like that I see a input option. This is what I was looking for. Great. Okay, so at least we found our guy. Usually it's drag and drop, maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna read this, but then what do I do with it? I want it to then go to an output. So let's see if there's another stage. Right, maybe? Can I connect them? Let's find out. Let's go to output. I want to go to my MQTT broker. Oh, I need to add an output if I'm going to do that. Okay, let's go back here. Let's add an output. We're going to call this test topic. Test topic. All right, great. Save. All right, let's go back to our pipeline. Oh, okay. Fun fact. This does not autosave. I'm in the way. Let me move myself. There is a save button that if you do not hit, we have just learned, it will get deleted. So that's good. Let's try that again. Bring that back up there. Okay, stages. I feel like it's this. We're gonna do read, see if it goes to our right. All right, we're gonna grab an input. We're gonna grab our ignition module, our little Rockwell guy, put that in there. Okay, right. We're gonna try to write now to the HiByte broker, to our test topic. Go there. All right. So I like that, but none of this is actually triggered. So maybe we have to put this all downstream of this little box here. So let's see. Do I just connect one of these? Maybe. Pipeline has no input stage defined. All right. Okay. Let's see. This is an input event. Yep. All right. Let's go back to documentation. User guide. All right, so in this example, it looks like they had maybe a 1 second pulled trigger that went to this little box. So we should probably add one of those too. So let's go back here. Let's go back to stages. Let's go to a trigger. Let's do pulled. Maybe we can get 1 second. Okay, and it connected it right away. That's great. 1 second. We're going to enable it. Okay. So we have a pulled trigger that's going to our little box. We're going to click save. Ah! Progress, maybe. Okay, awesome. I wonder if this will work. So let's go back to our pipeline and see if we can turn it on. All right, so it's disabled. What we're going to do now is try to enable it. Yeah, I want to enable it. Okay. Oh boy, it says disabled still. Yikes. Now, something that's nice is HiByte does have a log feature, so in case this is broken, hopefully it's going to tell us that I did a bad job. So let's look at logs. let's see. Restarted pipeline, failed to activate pipeline because it didn't have an input stage. Oh, we did do that though. Now let's try it. Let's go to our UNS client, see if this is working. Okay, so I see our output is there, which was test topic. Tragically, I see... Oh, wait, no, maybe it's not tragic. Look. Okay, I think it's going. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, awesome. So hopefully, what we'll see now... Alright, so to recap, what's happening is, through a pipeline, we took our... What did we take? Yeah, I want to leave. Did I pick the right one? Read. This is the ignition module. Yeah, okay. So from a pipeline, we took the ignition module and we said, write to our UNS client here, basically write to our broker. And we said, publish to the topic, test topic. And it looks like, I think that's what we're seeing here. I do see, yeah, this looks like my UDT structure. This all looks very familiar, so that's awesome. The other thing I want to do now is I want to see it compared to our spark plug stuff. So my gateway expired, that's why I didn't come on. So let's try that again. Okay, now it's connected. Hopefully it'll publish something. Great. And here we go. We got our N birth, our D birth. Where's our data? I want that D data message. Let's see. Did this guy get one? Okay, well, I feel like MQTT client is a good way to see the difference between the two. I might have been too late. I might have missed the message with the high byte one. But what we can see is when you use the ignition module, it is publishing it in like a super friendly, human readable way. This all looks like good old JSON to me. I can totally understand all this. That's amazing. When we publish over Sparkplug, it doesn't really look that clear to me. In HighByte, it would parse it for us, but again, it kind of limits you to just using a HighByte client or some other kind of like data ops tool. So that is kind of interesting. I do like that ignition module. It was really easy to set up. And yeah, I think that's kind of nice. Okay. So, trying to think, what would be fun to go to from here? So what we've done so far is we've seen how we've taken the same data and gotten it into HighByte two different ways, either through Sparkplug or through the ignition module. So what I think I'm going to do, not tonight, but in one of the clips, is what we're going to have is multiple different data sources of different like kind of bioreactors. They're going to be coming from different OPC servers. I guess we'll keep this, we'll keep the Sparkplug, we'll keep the ignition module. And we're going to see that they're all going to look different, but then thanks to HighByte, we're going to model them into one uniform bioreactor data model and use some of HighByte's fun tools to just show how easy it can be when you're using a data ops platform like this. So yeah, I guess that wraps up for tonight. Thank you guys for struggling through my technical difficulties. I appreciate it. And this will be the hopefully last live struggling development session. I'm really looking forward to next week where it's going to be much more, I'll say, kind of like more of like a presentation sort of thing about all the fun stuff HighByte can do. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all soon. So have a good night and bye-bye.